Last time, when we left off, the party had just defeated a vampire.
Yay!
Someone known as Dumitru. In the basement of the Dumitru residence, the party was joined by some guards and priests who helped with their mirrors to make a chain of light to uh, burn the vampire, and there was a guard who was throwing holy water, and Linnea was there as well. And you guys celebrated a bit. But I wanted to add some extra details for Harbeck. Um, let's see. Let's have you guys all roll a perception check.
15 total
Yeah.
for Richie. Rokus.
6
Okay.
minus 1, 5.
Okay.
12 plus 4 is 16.
Okay. So, um, one thing that you guys noticed, so Icy and Rokus, you guys noticed that, when the vampire fell down, that Harbeck came back to his senses a bit, that he was groggy.
Yeah.
But you guys also noticed as soon as the vampire was staked by Linnea, um, Harbeck seemed to like snap back like fully to his uh back to his normal self. Harbeck, because you rolled a bit lower, you're a bit confused about the sequence of events, how it happened. But you do notice that like as soon as the vampire died, your memory of the fight came back to you. And before
Okay.
that, you were feeling groggy and didn't really know what had just happened.
Okay.
You had the impression that you were fighting some like shadowy figures. You didn't really know what had just happened. But as soon as the
Okay.
vampire died, it came clearly back to you that you had been hitting your allies.
Haha.
Yeah.
So there was a short period of time where you didn't really know what had happened. But Harbeck is still out of it physically, so he's having a hard time. But by talking with Rokus and Icy, you guys are able to figure out basically um, what had happened to Harbeck there.
Right. Okay, now,
Well, kind of understandable. The weak of mind would be taken over.
okay, I want to ask Icy, does she have any kind of spells like either go to sleep or paralyze or something like that that could have neutralized what happened
I don't think she has
in case
anything.
something like that happens again?
Talking about for you?
Just
Or
in
the
general.
Yeah, well, for anybody. I mean, just as an example, I've got a spell called Command, where I could have, if somebody was under that, if I cast Command and said freeze, would that override the other spell?
Oh, okay. Yeah, there might be that kind of thing might work. One thing that I see for Icy that she has is something she mentioned last time. She wanted to use hold person on the vampire, but we determined that it was basically counted as a monster and not a person.
Right,
But she could have used that on Harbeck
right.
when
That's
he
what I was
was under
wondering.
control.
All right,
Yeah.
now all right, would that automatically supersede it, or would you have to roll, or what?
You'd
There's
probably have to
rolls,
roll
yeah.
for it.
Okay,
It's a wisdom save.
okay.
Yeah, because combat goes in turn orders, there's not gonna be like direct conflicts usually that like at the same time, right? So it'll be
Okay.
one happening after the other. So
Right.
yeah,
But when
if you
you're
got charmed and you're under someone's control, and then someone else did hold person on you, you wouldn't be able to um carry out actions that the vampire wanted you to do.
right, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, but you'd have to you there would be dice rolled to see if it worked or not.
Okay.
'Cause,
But
yeah,
yeah,
I've got hold person, but then the person can do a 15 wisdom save to get out of it.
yeah. I think that's about all she has for that kind of utility spell, from what I see.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
so when you go see, you're going to see Everwinter or somebody today, Harbeck, to collect
I'm going to
our.
see Everwinter and
Okay, let's say his name
the
correctly.
Lord Justicar.
It's Neverember. It's the Lord of
Neverember,
Neverember.
yeah,
Neverwinter.
that's right. When you see
Never Ember.
Yes.
yeah, when you see Neverember today, see if they can commission medals for all the guards
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
were involved with the taking the
Right.
taking the guy,
I can do
the
that.
vampire.
I can do that.
Okay, so you basically finished catching your breath and celebrating right after
Okay. Now.
the victory. You notice
Now.
that the foggy smoke on the ground, it's not totally dissipated yet, but it does look like it's thinning out a bit now.
Okay.
Good.
We already know it's not magic. Um, I would really like to, and maybe we can get the priests and guards to help, but I would really like to look and see if we can find that medallion that they were using to burn the impression in.
Okay.
Okay. You can roll
And
in. And we can do an investigation check for everybody.
okay,
So go ahead,
I
everybody, roll
rolled.
investigation.
I rolled a 12.
I wrote at 11.
13.
How about
Okay.
Linnea?
Sure, she'll help you.
And
Oh,
Pookie,
she did a good one. Pookie. Oh, well, you're supposed to roll Pookie actually.
okay,
Good
I
dog.
gotta see.
Good
Okay,
dog.
does Pookie get a modifier?
Yes, it'll be
Okay, now
wisdom.
I'm visiting, so I haven't got all my notes.
Okay.
So I
I think it's a +2.
oh wait a
wasn't
minute, I did bring Pookie's thing. Wait a minute. So that's a investigation is what? Is that a wisdom
That's
throw?
wisdom. Well, no, no. Investigation is intelligence, actually. But perception, if you want him to
Intelligence.
sniff around or something, I don't think he'd really do investigation, probably. So maybe have him
Okay.
do a perception check instead.
Okay. And perception is
Wisdom.
what?
Wisdom.
Wisdom? Okay, so that's a +1 for him.
Oh, now do I get a? Should I have added a modifier to mine?
For
Or you said
investigation, you roll. Yeah, you add your investigation modifier.
Okay, investigation is plus nothing.
Okay, Pookie got 16 +1, 17.
Cool.
Okay, so you search through the house and let's see. From looking around, you specifically were looking for that the emblem that matched your tracing paper.
Right.
You don't find it, but you find some other decorations around that have that old version of the symbol. But they're
Okay,
not
so
metal
those,
objects. They're like, little tapestries and things like that.
but there's nothing that could have been used to burn into somebody.
No, but you do
Yeah.
find the same older style
Right.
around.
Decoration.
Yeah,
How
other
about
Okay.
decorations.
how about chains?
No, you don't find chains.
Okay. I think there's somebody else involved still then.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Yeah, other than that, it seems like this home, there's a few places where it's dusty and you feel like the furnishings and objects that are around are look like they would be from an elderly person. Um, and you know, now that you realize this guy was a vampire, it's clear that he wasn't using the bedroom to sleep in. Um, he was sleeping in the basement.
Right.
So certain things had gone unused, but now it's a
Mm,
bit clear why that is.
It's like
right.
300 years old, and he's still living in his mom's basement.
Now, was there anything, we did find some passports. Was there anything found in the coffins other than the passports?
The passports weren't in the coffins; they were in
Oh,
the desk
oh,
upstairs,
okay.
and the
And
two
The
vampire
passport,
spawn.
information.
the pan,
Uh,
the
yeah, go ahead.
passports for the passports for the two spawn were not in the coffin?
No, they were
No,
in the storage room with
storeroom.
the clothes
Okay,
that you guys are
okay,
presuming are of the victims.
Victims. Yeah.
right, okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna give the passports to the guards and ask them to check up on, do they have any records of those people?
Okay.
And then I'm gonna tell
I think.
Rokas and Icy that I'm gonna go see the Lord Justicator and Lord Neverember.
Okay.
And I'm all
So how about Rokus? What do you want to do while he's doing that? Do you want to go with him or?
I think I'm gonna ask Icy to come with me and um, turn. We're gonna go up to the ATC, and she's gonna turn me invisible so I can do some spying. And I need the sneaky boots from Harbeck. We need to switch
okay,
shoes. You can have your fast shoes back.
right.
Okay, cool. So you do that.
And I also ask them if they want me to buy that fancy backpack.
There was a bag of holding and and a backpack, whatever one we can afford.
Yeah. So do you think that's a good thing for us to get?
If you want to haul a bunch of junk around, it sure is.
Okay. Okay. We'll see what I can do.
So let's go with Harvick first. So, where would you like to head first as you leave?
Okay, let me look at the map, and I want to go to the Neverember Villa.
Okay. Um, so the guards from the Neverwinter Guard are coming out with you, and they're headed towards the Neverwinter Guard station.
Okay, so I'm going in the
So
opposite
they
direction then.
no, it should be the same.
I've got the okay.
You're at Dimitri's
Okay,
General Store, like under the T, basically. On the
right.
way
Yeah, I
to
see what
the
you're saying.
villa, you can actually even walk through the guard station to
Yeah,
get to the
yeah,
villa.
yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they're headed that way. They tell you they're gonna report everything in, and they
Right.
ask you if you want any of them to come with you to the villa.
Um, I do not need them to come with me, but give me a list of their names.
Okay, I don't have their names right now, but
Well, it doesn't matter.
Harvick
I'm
knows
just,
their names.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I just want to be able to tell Lord Neverember
Okay, so
how
yeah,
masterfully they were doing it. That's
Harvick
all.
Harvick, Rokus, and I see you guys have all met these guards and priests that help you, so you know all of their names. Your
Right.
characters know their names, so
I
yeah,
know Richard and Larry were the
yeah. Those are
ones
the
that.
two specific. I gave you their names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. I just need to tell Neverember how helpful they were.
Okay, so you arrive at Neverember Villa, and there are his household guard outside.
And
And
I
I
ask
think
him for an
you've been
audience.
there before once.
Yep.
So I think they would recognize you at this point. So they say, "Oh, Lord Harvick, how may we help you?"
I would like to have an audience with Lord Neverember, please.
Okay, we will inquire for you, and they leave for a while and eventually come back, and they say, uh, "Lord Neverember is having his brunch. We can escort you to the um, outdoor dining area." So they bring you into the villa and into a nice garden area. It's kind of around the side. There's a very nice little area for him to eat, and you see he's eating brunch. Seems to be eating alone. And he says, "Ah, Lord Harvick, how goes
At,
it?"
at your service, sir. And then I will proceed to tell him pretty much everything that we've been doing.
Okay.
And I mention how his guards have been above and beyond their duty to uh, fighting the vampire and helping us in general. And then I also say that we're still working on the task he gave us. We suspect at this point that the ATC is somehow involved with it, which is also run by one of the lords that he and the Lord don't have real good blood to begin with. So that's as
Yes.
far as we've gotten along those lines.
Okay. So as you go through your deeds, he's happy to hear about you guys helped with the Grick problem and also with the vampires, and he's very impressed. He's also mentions how important this is for the Church of Tyr and the Hall of Justice, as well as the Neverwinter Guard. Um, that he feels that these two things you've done have um, a good potential to restore the public perception of the church and the Neverwinter Guard, that they're holding, keeping order in town. And as you tell him the names of the guards, he agrees with you that they should be rewarded. He wants to reward you guys as well. He says he can help to add to the financial reward. He's wants to uh, give have a he thinks it would be a good idea to have a ceremony at the Hall of Justice where he and the Lord Justicar could give out the medals. There's a car racing by, it sounds like.
I wondered what that was.
Yeah, I have the
Yeah.
windows open right now. So um so he says, yeah, we should have a celebration to commemorate this. I would like to have some emblems, some medals given out to those involved, and reward you with some currency, some gold pieces, and as the guards as well. Um, and I think he basically says that he thinks this is a good promotional chance as well for the city.
Okay, and then I tell him we are really flattered, um, but could he hold off? There's you've been asked to help the townspeople of whatever the name of it is.
Torley.
Um,
Torley.
Orale, yeah. I've got too many notes there.
Yeah.
That we've been asked to help them, and we're planning on going there as fast as possible. So if he could hold off until we get back, that would be helpful for the town.
Okay, he
We would
says
we would
he would
hate to.
expect it was take a few days to organize a large event that he want and to give people a chance to uh
Yeah.
get ready for
So
it.
that
So he's
so that
fine with that.
great. Okay,
He says maybe next week or something.
that's perfect. We would appreciate that.
And then you had mentioned the situation with the ATC. So when you start talking
Yes.
about that, so are you telling him that there's a possible connection with Torale or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Though there's a definite connection with Torale, the question is that also part of the plot to do him in?
Okay.
That's a possibility. We're looking into that. We do not know for sure. But we
Okay.
are sure that the ATC is involved with the Torale.
So the reason you think ATC is involved with Torale is because they went to read about the findings in the Hall of Justice, right? Or sorry, the House of Knowledge. They had signed in to
Right.
look at the books.
That and some of the information we got from the Emerald Enclave.
Okay. All right. So, at the Emerald Enclave, they had said that they had been suspicious of the ATC for trying to basically take over um, some more remote um, villages and things where it seemed there were uh, magical, um, just magical places, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So you're gonna share that information with him too? Okay. So he basically says, um, yes, I don't I think now that I'm not in direct danger of assassination or anything like that, but uh, I am concerned with um, Octavian's attempts to expand his power. He mentions that he's heard rumors from some of the other lords that he's been kind of inquiring and asking around on opinions for the Lord's Alliance to possibly like basically declare a state of emergency because of the situation in the east with the necromancers of Thay, the red wizards.
Right.
He's been asking around what people would think about kind of dissolving the council and putting him in charge so that he could more quickly deal with the threat to the east. And
Okay.
Neverwinter obviously is not happy to hear that.
You mean
Yeah.
Ember?
Neverember? Did I say Neverwinter?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Uh,
It's
The
catchy.
DM is messing up. Well, when I did research the official names of these D&D things, I was like, why is there so many never whatevers in this
yeah.
place? Who named all these things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, he says he says it doesn't seem like the other lords are into this idea. And but he also thinks that um Octavian doesn't really need the Lord's Alliance help that much, but he's wondering if he's trying to find a way to kind of vassalize the other lords and to maybe create his own empire or something like that.
Right. Okay.
So he says he's gonna resist it He's not interested in being a vassal, and he's gonna try to make sure that any lords who will listen to him, that they would rather go independent than be vassalized.
Okay.
But it's all political things that he's just basically has some theories about. And yeah, there's not a planned schedule for them to have a vote or anything anytime soon.
Okay.
And yeah, he also mentions that he's gonna be giving you, he wants to give you the rewards and stuff, and he's not too concerned about you guys don't really need to keep your meetings secret anymore. But if you do have,
Okay.
he says you should hold on to the circular icon thing he gave you in case you need to get into contact with him secretly at some point.
Okay. Now, how would I do that and keep it secret now that everyone knows I'm
He just says that the um the icon is something that not everybody knows about. So if for some reason the regular guards are trying to stop you from doing something or whatever, that the higher ups will know what that is.
okay. Okay. So I was thinking
So
at
if
this
you
point I would
got
think
taken prisoner by someone, that you could, if you demanded to see the captain of the guard or something like that, that they'd know what it is. Or yeah, if you
okay.
wanted to use it in some other creative way, that is something that you guys know about that others don't.
Okay.
It's not his normal official seal.
Okay.
But yeah, and he offers you some of his uh, extra bread and things he has there for his brunch as you guys are talking. Did you want to partake?
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
So you're able to get a meal there. And yeah, that's about it. Unless you want anything else you want to talk to Neverember about.
I don't think so. I think I at this point want to head off. Let me look at the map here.
Yeah. Also, he mentions he's not familiar with Torale, but if you do unearth some damning evidence about ATC, it might be something he could use. If you wanted to report it to him, he'd be happy.
Okay. Okay, just because it's right next to the Neverember Villa, then I want to go into the glowing anvil.
Okay. Sure. Harvick's able to walk around the block basically and get to the glowing anvil. And you see the blacksmith Oystein Irontooth there. He's at the front desk. He's not working at the
Okay.
moment.
Okay, and then I say, my friends, Icy and Rokus, were here, and they said you have armor for that can be, or you can improve armor.
Yes, that's right.
And how does that work?
Um, so it depends what you want to do, but it takes quite a while and it's very expensive. It's about 10 work weeks for
Uh-huh.
improvement to basically out of game +1 armor. Costs
Okay.
about 3,000 gold pieces. So
Right.
right now you have a +1 sword. So plus
Right.
1 armor would give you a higher armor class.
Right. Okay, and it would take 10 weeks.
Yeah, 10 weeks.
Okay. But you don't have any mithril or anything like that.
Okay, so for mithril armor, they have some for sale. Let's see. The mithril price is you take the normal armor price and add 600 gold to it. So it's the same as the price from the player's handbook, but it's 600 gold more expensive.
So what would mithril chainmail be?
I could look it up. Hold on. Chainmail normally costs 75 gold, so it would be 675 gold.
675.
Yeah.
Okay. Could I trade in my chainmail? Maybe it was just 600. Maybe I can use persuasion.
Okay, you could do persuasion to try to lower the price.
Okay. Ah, shit. 5 plus 6, 11.
Nah, he says that looks pretty well worn there.
Oh, man. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do it
Okay.
because that means I don't have to worry about disadvantage on stealth anymore.
Yeah,
Correct?
I let me double check what it does. I don't remember that well. I think it's not. Yeah, it's just not disadvantage, right? And I always forget how they spell mithril. There it is. Mithril chainmail.
So it gives me the same protection, but I now
Yeah,
am I don't have to do disadvantage on stealth, right?
yeah, that's right.
Okay.
If the armor
And you
normally imposes disadvantage on dex checks, or has a strength requirement, the mithril art version doesn't. Oh, and also it can be worn under clothes.
right. Although we've already worked on that.
Yeah. But now you can wear normal clothes with it if you
Right.
have that. So do you want me to add that to your sheet then?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
And that was 675 I have to take off, right?
Oops. I just added it twice by accident. Yeah. Okay. All right. I added it on your sheet. I'm not sure if it's gonna work out, but you can refresh and see if you see it there.
Okay. Let's see.
It'll be green. I don't know if you can tell that with the
I can
text or
tell
not.
I can tell it's a different color. Now I have to hit the
You can reload the page after you've done your thing.
okay.
I think you were doing the money, right?
Yeah. Okay, there I've done that. Have to look at the equipment. Allen Blade, grenade, healing, mithril chainmail, yep. Okay. And then I unwear my regular chainmail. Okay. Okay, so now I want to go to the Hall of Justice, or no, the Temple Rally. Sorry, the Hall of Justice. See
Okay.
the Lord Justicator or whatever it is.
Just the car.
Justicar.
All right. Hold on. So you arrive at the Hall of Justice. The priests have arrived ahead of you, and everyone's basically waiting for you there when you come in.
Okay.
Pretty much everybody in the building is talking together in the main hall, and they give you a round of applause as you come in. And
Okay.
the Lord Justicar is even there. and he says, "I've heard of your deeds."
And I say yes, and we are pretty sure we have killed the murderer, but we don't think we have entirely um, gotten rid of all the problems that we have here. Um,
Hmm.
we don't know for sure, but there's some what we consider evidence that there are other things going on. For example, we're missing the um, area. We think still have not found the area where these people were tortured. So we're a little bit worried about having totally gotten rid of the scourge.
I see. Well,
But we
we
certainly
are
have
we
made a
have a
big
lot more
dent in it.
information now. And we're working closely with the Neverwinter Guard. Um, they've been a lot more cooperative than they were in the past, and I'm confident we can try to tie up all the loose ends. We'll let you know if there's any other situation that arises that we need your help. But hopefully we'll
Okay,
be able to take care of it from here.
okay,
Our original reward for you, for that we assumed was a serial murderer of the human variety, uh, was 200 gold. But knowing that it was an undead abomination, we've talked with the Neverwinter Guard, and we've arranged for you guys to be rewarded with 500 gold pieces instead of 200.
okay. Could you deposit that in the bank for us then, please?
Yes, we'll do that. I'm assuming you mean the mini coins bank.
Yes, I did. I didn't know you had more than one bank, so yes, I did, absolutely.
Okay. So yeah, he says he gets your information so that he can do that. Well, not the Lord Justicar doesn't, but his followers do that for you. So they say they'll be able to have that done later in the day.
Okay.
Um, and Harold is in front of everyone. He asks if he says that he's very interested in writing his own article on your findings with the vampire, since you guys in your research weren't able to find much.
Definitely. I would.
So he asks if you have time to do that. When do you think you would have time to go over that?
I'm okay. I'm gonna have to do a long sleep before we can take off anyway. So I have a couple of other things I want to do, and then we could spend the rest of the afternoon. If he could meet me at Driftwood Tavern,
Okay.
um, and we could spend the rest of the afternoon doing that.
Okay. So
While
he already knows a lot of the stuff that you guys did
right,
on the way up to the battle, so he just wants to record what happened during
right,
the battle mostly. So it
right.
won't take too long. So yeah, it's just
Okay,
something we can do before you do your long rest. So yeah, that's fine.
right.
He'll come look for you
Okay,
before you go to sleep.
okay. And then the last thing I want to do before I go back to the Driftwood Tavern is I want to go to Magnus's tome,
Okay, hold on.
and I'll take a carriage there.
All right. So you enter. You have been here before, I believe.
Yes,
So you're familiar with it, and he recognizes you. Him and his
yes,
snake staring at you uncomfortably.
right.
And he says, "How may I help you, my lord?"
Okay, and I say, okay, do you have any other items for sale other than what you showed us last time?
Currently, I do not.
Okay, so you had three different things for holding. One was a quiver, which I'm not interested in. What were the other two again?
So
And what
actually,
can
the
they do?
quiver was in another store. The ones he has are
Okay,
Heward's handy haversack and the bag of holding.
right. Okay, so would you explain again what they do and what their prices are?
Okay, the handy haversack is 2,500 gold, and the bag of holding is 500 gold. I'll copy and paste it.
500 or 5,000?
I meant to say 5,000.
Shut up, Crocus. We almost had a great deal.
I'm not there.
That's true, but I do have it written.
You never heard it.
I did have it. I just misread what I was looking at, so I didn't
You
totally.
said 500.
I didn't totally. It was just a mistake of speaking, not understanding. In my brain, it was still 5,000.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so
So yeah, I can go look it up if you want, but basically the bag of holding has less limits on it.
Okay,
The handy haversack it's like a bit smaller, but one of the good things of that was that the stuff always appears. The thing you want to pull out always appears at the top, so you can use it during combat.
okay,
The bag of holding
okay.
basically
And
holds more stuff, but it's all in a kind of a mess floating around in a void.
right, right. Okay, now that with the handy haversack, also, if I had the smoke powder grenade in that, it would we wouldn't have to worry about it getting jounced and going off or anything because it's in another dimension, right?
That I don't know the official rules, but I think that makes sense. So I'm gonna say that's fine. Yeah, if you have something that things don't really get jostled around in there. They're
Yeah.
kind of floating weightlessly inside.
Okay,
That's
so
how I
then
imagine it.
I will buy the handy haversack then.
Okay, so you can use your card. Just make sure you take that out of your bank account that you're keeping
Yeah,
track of.
I am doing that.
So you just got 500. You're about to get, I guess, it hasn't gone in the bank yet, but it paid for
Right.
part
That's
of it.
I've got like 6,000 in the bank right now, so we're okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So he doesn't really have much else to talk about or show you. So once
Okay.
you've purchased it, he just stares at you until you
Okay.
leave, pretty much.
Okay, and I'm gonna take a carriage back to the Driftwood Tavern.
Okay, so is that basically your whole day finished?
Um, that plus helping Harold with whatever he wants.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, when you get later on, the money is put into the bank, and Harold comes to look for you, and you guys go over some of the things that you've reported. So some things that you didn't know about vampires before were, if you can think of any, you could say, but
Well, there's
some
the
I
spell.
remember.
You know
Yes,
about the spell he can throw,
yeah, that he can charm people.
right?
And then
Um,
when it comes to his turn, he regenerates 20 points.
yeah, so you know generally how much he can regenerate. Obviously, in the real world, he wouldn't describe it in hit points, but he can describe, um, how much damage he can regenerate. Um,
And
Rokus saw
the
him turn into mist, go under the door
right.
and stuff. So that's something you guys didn't know about.
Yep, and that he can. He's not only shape changing, but he can shape change into many different, or many individuals.
Yeah.
It's not
So
just a single individual.
right. So
He
you've
has that
seen some
ability.
illusions there that weren't described. During combat, you didn't really see him move because you surrounded him and hit him, so you're not really aware of how fast he is.
Well, no, because he came toward us
Uh-huh.
when we were going toward him.
Yeah, you can describe the mist.
So his
That
move.
was the
So
when he was moving,
It
that
looks
was
like his
mist.
movement looks like his movement's about the same in the sense that when we came together, we were about equal distance.
Yeah. Well, so when he
So that
approached you
means
guys originally, he was in his mist form, but during the combat, he didn't like move around as a in his like vampire form.
I thought he came into his vampire form and we came together, and he advanced toward us the same time we advanced toward him. Is what I
No,
thought
you
happened.
guys actually all went over to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um. So
Oh, okay. So the fight took place in the corner then. I thought it took place in the middle of the room. Because you said he was hiding in the corner.
no, no, no. He was in the mist form in the corner, and he like as
Yeah.
the battle started, his mist form approached, but you guys spotted him, so he turned into his vampire form, and so you guys acted before him, so you guys ran up to him. Uh, you guys were about like 10 feet away, and you ran over to him. He didn't really move during the combat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you did observe his mist form and bat form
So
moving.
he could,
So you know the
right.
speeds for those. So you try to describe it for him, for Harold
Okay.
to write it down.
Okay.
Um. Yeah.
And we know
And
that, and we know that during the day he doesn't have to sleep. We know that.
yeah, he did you the stuff about the coffins wasn't really written that you had found, so you find that it seems like he was sleeping there, but he didn't have to. Um,
Right.
Out of game, Harbeck doesn't know this, but I did give him a bit of a disadvantage that he wasn't able to rest.
Uh-huh.
So I started him slightly lower hit points because of that, but Harbeck is not aware of that, so he can't really share that.
Gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
yeah. So the sleeping part of the vampire is still a bit mysterious to you guys. Weren't really
Right.
able to observe that, so you don't know
But
exactly what
we
happened.
can dispel the myth that they have, that you can just go in and open the coffin and put the stake in. So we know that that's a
Yeah.
myth and not true.
Yeah. It's not that he's not forced to go in the coffin.
Right.
Um, I guess out of game again. I'll just say I was wondering if you guys had like cleaned up the house and made it look like nobody had been there. There's a possibility that he could have just gone and went to sleep. But
We
Okay.
took
you
he couldn't
guys,
because we took his box.
right? If you had like closed it,
No, we were talking about maybe ambushing him, and making the house look like the other two had
Right.
already gone to bed.
yeah.
That
If you
might have
had done
happened.
that, if you had made
So
that, if he failed a perception check to notice that they weren't in their coffins, basically, he could have just gone to sleep as normal, and you guys
yeah.
might have been able to sneak in and stake him without even fighting, which was
Cool.
basically Icy's plan originally. But yeah. So
Okay.
that there was a possibility. He could have also, but he might have noticed even with your cleaning up and everything. There's a chance he
Right.
would have noticed
Right.
something was wrong. But the way you guys left it was very obvious that something was wrong.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep.
So he was
Well,
waiting for
just the
you
fact we have
guys.
a bunch of guards and priests, circling the place would tell you something.
Okay. Anyway, so that a lot of that was out of game. Just wanted to share
Okay.
that. But
Right.
okay, so we don't need to go through all the details. But yeah, you guys have discovered new things about vampires that have never been recorded.
Okay.
You can assume that most people who encountered vampires were either killed or um, most of the things that people that did write about vampires were people who ran away and didn't fight them.
Yeah.
So you're one of the few people who've lived to tell the tale of fighting a vampire. Okay, cool. So he's getting ready to be a author of a book. So cool. That's the end of the day, pretty much for Harvick, unless
Yep.
someone comes in the evening. Rokus or Icy could still come in the evening to disturb him if you wanted. But
Right.
let's flip back over to you guys. So now for you, it's early in the morning. So let's go to Rokus and Icy next. You guys have just left the house and seen Harvick walking off. And it's
Okay.
about 9 or so in the morning.
Okay.
9:30 maybe.
Not first. I'm gonna ask Icy is, are you okay from the battle? Did you get hurt?
No, I didn't because I was outside of the room
Okay.
and I was behind the guard, so I'm good. Yeah, I just used a couple of spell slots and stuff.
Do you have enough spell slots to make me invisible a couple times during the day?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Um, unless you have a better or different idea, I was thinking of going to the ATC. Um, and if you would accompany me there, turn me invisible. Then I think there was somebody whose name I don't remember, a half elf ranger that the Emerald Alclave was involved with, that might have information about the Toralay village we would need to go to.
Or do you want to go? Should we both go to the Emerald Enclave and see if we can get extra information before you actually go into the ATC? That might be helpful. It's
Okay.
your call.
No, that sounds fine. Do,
Okay,
do,
so
do you want to take a carriage just so it will be quicker?
yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to go to the Emerald Enclave and talk to Aaron and see if he can direct us to what was her name again?
I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember her name either.
Oh, I had it here a minute ago.
Okay, so
Fraxina.
you're headed
Fax.
to Emerald Enclave now first?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Alright,
So we're
so
there.
you get over to the Emerald Enclave, you meet with Aaron Uwood, who told you about the quest before, and
And we're looking for Faxina
you
or
ask him
something.
about Faxina Trismoira.
Yeah.
So
Is Faxina here?
he says, no, she's not here. She's out ranging. I'm not exactly sure where she is, but she's been investigating uh some different villages in some a few different areas of the north here. But she
When
hasn't been in town for a while.
has she reported anything to you?
Not recently. Also, she's one of our leaders, so a lot of the stuff she does is off the books.
Okay.
Is there anybody here that's been working with her that we
You
could
guys
talk
are the
to?
last. You guys are the last ones who've checked in recently. So, yeah,
Okay.
we don't haven't had any members come in for a while.
Okay.
What were you wanting to ask? Maybe I can help you.
Well, we know that she was investigating the ATC, um, and she thinks that they're involved with the cult. That they are involved with cultists. Can you give us any information on that?
So in the past, we don't have like hard evidence, but it seems that we've had some places where it would be something like a small town in a place of interest that the ATC wanted to um, basically get rid of the townspeople, and they would either like hire bandits or someone to run off the people in the village. It seems our theory is that they don't want to have they don't want to like directly attack them. They don't want to have bad for a bad look for the company. We're assuming that's why they do it in this secret way. There's not Most of these places are far outside the realms of lords, so technically they could just go in and attack the place.
Okay.
But as
So,
the president of the ATC is part of the Lords Alliance, we think that they're trying to basically keep it so that people in the towns and cities have a good impression of the company as a bunch
okay.
of do-gooders. They're most famous for fighting with the necromancers to the east, and they're everyone praises them for that. But we suspect they're just using that as well, it's probably true that they did some good there, but
And
So they're like
it's
wolves
mostly for their
in sheep
profit.
clothing.
They wanna have control of that kingdom there so they can make a lot of money.
okay. So they're using the cultists rather than really being in league with them.
Yeah, if that's the case, if there's cultists there, they probably found some group who's basically willing to cause trouble and hired them or pointed them in the direction. Um, but in the past, we've only basically have hearsay and such to. We don't have any obvious proof to show anyone. But
Okay.
When are you expecting Tasmania
who's it?
Fac,
Tasmania
Faxina?
Faxina.
Faxina back here?
We're not expecting. We don't really expect anyone. Just like with you guys, we sent you off to Phandelver. You didn't come back for a month or so.
Right.
Um, we just take in jobs that people need help being guided through the wilderness, or
Okay.
this situation is actually a bit unusual.
Okay. We're gonna go to Torley, and we're going to pretty much force our way into the temple um, with the looking for the missing elf kids.
Okay,
And
so you've accepted. Have you talked to Norin?
yeah,
Did we?
Yeah, you did.
yeah.
Rokus did by himself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did. That's right. I was by myself. Yep. And I told him we'd be heading there as soon as we could, but that we did have some business, so it was be a day, at least a day,
Okay,
in
cool.
case she.
So he double checks with you to make sure you got the Torale village marked on your map. So I'm gonna
Okay.
post that for you guys now, cause
Okay. Good.
the
Thanks.
Norin gave that to you, also, I believe. Okay, so on this map, if you look north of Neverwinter, north of Mount Hotenau, there's a little dot, a white circle in the forest up in the north.
That's
Oh yeah,
That's
Torley.
I see
Torale.
it.
Okay.
So
That's a
he,
couple days from here, then, huh?
yeah, he says normally you'd go on the road and then cut across into the forest, but with a good ranger, you could probably go straight there from Neverwinter at
But we're
almost
gonna
the
be
same speed.
We're gonna ride a axe beak and a horse,
Okay,
so
he
we should be
says
able.
probably you want to either go on the road or up the plains. They're gonna be slowed down a bit in the forest, but
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll probably go up the road and then cut in.
yeah. He says let me check here.
That'll be the fastest way.
He says if you go straight, it's about 50 miles, 70 miles by road. This should take about 2 days to walk there if you're just going straight. But if you go by horse on the road, it should take a day and a couple hours.
We'll just start real early then.
Yep.
We'll,
And
we'll get up a couple hours before daylight and take off.
okay, cool. I guess that's pretty much all. He's you've got all the other information.
Okay.
So he said he can give you what, 200 gold, and if you find out ATC's involved or some other organization is doing it, that he'll give you an additional 200.
Okay.
I guess he's so it's I wrote for proof. So like you need to get the extra 200, you need some kind of proof. If you can take someone captive, bring them back to stand trial or something, that could be proof. Um,
How
or some,
about any
you know,
any yeah, any papers or
yeah,
anything?
if you find documents or something like that, that could work. But if
Okay.
you just come back and tell them, that's definitely useful. But they can't
Can't use
show
it.
anybody that. So that's basically what they've had so far.
Okay.
That's why they haven't been able to really expose the ATC. They're pretty sure they're doing nefarious things, but
Yeah.
um, they haven't been able to take any prisoners or get any documents or anything like that to prove it.
Okay. Now the stables are near here, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right.
Why don't we stop? I see you want to stop by and say hi to the axe beak on our way.
Sure.
Okay,
Okay.
Aaron says goodbye to you guys.
Goodbye. Thank you for the information.
Yeah, and you head over to the Black Destrier stables. You meet
With on the way, we're gonna pick up some meat.
okay, sure.
There was a there was a butcher we found before.
Yeah, take off 3 silver pieces, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
So you stop in and you see Rogar the Dragonborn. He says, "Oh, your Axbeak's been behaving himself a bit better today."
Oh, good. We're gonna want to have him saddled and ready to go about 2 hours before daylight tomorrow morning.
Okay, we can get that. We can do that for you.
Okay. And that's great. Then we'll deal with what to do when we get back from our next adventures.
Okay. Um. All right. So yeah, you just meet with your bird. The bird seems pretty happy to see you. Eats the meat, and hasn't been plucking his own feathers or hacking the place apart or anything.
Cool.
Rogar's a lot happier. Okay, so you're able to do all that and leave the stables. What do you want to do next?
Do you want to get another um, carriage to the ATC, or do you want to walk there? I see.
Do it. Okay, we'll just walk there. Do you think that go. That's where we should be going, or should we be going to this Moonstone Mask? I'm not sure which place we should be going to.
At this time of day, I'm thinking that the ATC might have more going on. I
Okay.
don't know that much about the moon glow, but it seemed like that might be a place to go later in the day.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think?
No, I think yeah, we'll go to the trading company,
Okay.
and
So
maybe yeah. I think we'll walk over. That way we can sort of get a lay of the land and see who's out and about at this time of the day.
yeah, see if we notice anybody or anything that we might want to check out.
Okay. So you walk from the river district over to the lake district. You pass by. Let's see. You're walking down this road. Okay, you walk past a little store that's called Ollie's Oddities. You can see in the window there's a bunch of little knickknacks in there. And you keep going down the road, and you come to the gated community around Blue Lake, so you're not able to go straight. You have to go around. Do you want to go to the north or south?
To the north.
Yeah, actually, that's the best way. Actually, yeah, you go up north and you pass by a couple other shops. You see Danar's Mechanical Marvels. There's some clockwork sign outside with a little man who wiggles his arms back and forth. And then you see Clear Sky Jewelers and Nathaniel's Luxury Supplies. So you come out into the intersection there. You pass by Magnus's Tome and down to the Aglaron Trading Company. On the way, you don't see anything too exciting, but you do see people are wearing those striped coats, and the women are wearing the berets in the fashionable areas over here.
Okay. Is there anything like a secluded area anywhere near the ATC?
Yeah, there's a couple trees around nearby that you could kind of hide around in that area.
Okay. Now, is I don't remember what Icy's wearing. Would she be able to get?
You came from
into
fighting, so you guys should probably be wearing your less fancy clothes right now.
Will they let her into the ATC like that?
You're not sure. But you do know that the other stores you've been to around here have been pretty picky.
Yeah. Are people going in and out of the place?
Yeah. At the front entrance, you see some wealthy-looking people coming out with their servants holding some packages and things.
Okay. Why don't you turn me invisible, Icy, and then I'll see if I can't slip in with the people going in and out of the store.
And you're putting on the boots as well?
Yep, I got my sneaky boots on.
Okay.
Okay, I've done it. I've clicked it.
Okay. So you guys kind of go into there's a bit of trees and greenery around the ATC area, and you sneak in behind into that kind of foliage when no one's looking, and she turns you invisible. And so let's have you do a stealth check with advantage.
With advantage?
Because of your boots, actually.
Okay. So that it would be my stealth plus. Excuse me.
Yeah, roll a d20, add your stealth, and you have
My
advantage,
total
so you
would
do
be
it twice.
25.
Ooh,
Rolled a 18,
okay, cool.
and I got 7 on top of that.
Your stealth is +7.
Yep.
Nice. It's pretty high. All right, so tell me, where did there's
You,
you have
huh?
seen that there's a kind of side entrance,
Uh-huh.
where you can see. Well, actually, you haven't seen it, but Harvick knew about it. The Pookie watched the caravan go into a garage, basically. So as you approach, you can see there's kind of a garage, big, large doors on one side. There's a front entrance for customers, and there seems to be like a smaller door on the side of the building as well. Um, there are windows at the front of the store, but there doesn't seem to be windows around the cargo area.
Okay. Well, I'm going to listen and look around and see if I can find any activity that I can snoop about.
Outside, you're not seeing much activity. You do see customers come and go every once in a while, though.
Okay. Well, anytime anybody goes into a new area, I'm gonna see if I can't move around and get a vantage point to either see or hear
Okay, are you
anything
trying to get
interesting.
into the building or
Yeah,
um
I wanted to see if I could get into the building.
okay. So far you've only seen customers. Do you want to try to go with the customer?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So using your stealth check there, you're able to get into the front area following someone through the door without causing anyone to notice you. And yeah, you're inside the store part now. You see that the clerk is there. He's not attending to any customers now. And behind him, the door is there's two doors, I think, and one of them is cracked open a bit.
Okay. Can I? What I'd like to do would be to go around and at least peek through the
Okay,
crack.
so this is the room that you peeked into before, where they had some of the extra stock and things there. So
Okay.
this is kind of a smallish room.
You said there was another door.
Yeah, on the other side there's a closed door.
Is it locked?
You can go to try if you want.
Yeah, I want to see if it's locked. Carefully, quietly turn the knob or latch or whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to do it without anyone noticing, and yes, the door is not locked.
Okay. I'd like to crack it open and peek in.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Perception. There we go. It's +6. 17.
Okay, so
Total.
you listen at the door and look around, and you're pretty confident that no one's around to notice you, and you crack the door open, and you can see into a larger cargo area.
Are there any doors inside?
Not when you just peeking in, you don't see a door, but it looks like a big room. There might be stuff going on if you go in.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get in.
Okay, you do manage to open and close the door quickly without anyone seeing the door move. Using your perception, you're listening out for a good chance to do it, and you didn't hear anyone nearby,
Okay,
and
now
you're
I'm
able
gonna
to do it.
stealth around the room.
Okay. All right. So you see a bunch of soldiers in here. They are wearing the same clothes you saw as the ones who escorted the cargo in, and you see the wagons that you saw on the day when Seraphim arrived.
Okay,
Um, Most of the soldiers seem to be off duty. They're like not wearing their helmets and they're like kind of lounging about.
okay,
There you see some. There's a couple workers who are like taking stock of things, but it's not super active. People are just sitting around mostly.
okay.
But there's a couple guys in the corner look like they're talking about stuff every once in a while.
Okay. Is that over by the wagon?
They're kind of in a corner. One of them sitting on some boxes.
Okay, I want to go listen in on their conversation, see what they're saying.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Investigation, I don't have a plus for that, so it's only 12.
Okay. It takes you a while to just sitting there. They mostly talking about pretty boring stuff. Uh, but after a while, um, one thing, there's two things that catch your interest. First, one of them says, "Hey, did you hear about the weapons they're developing in Waterdeep?" Another guy said, "Yeah, I heard that they were working on some new like magic missile weapons." Another guy said, "Yeah, actually got to test one out. It's pretty crazy, but they've got these things they're calling magic missile launchers, and seems like they're trying to develop like a cheaper version of the mana gems, so they're like disposable or something. But so far they're not that powerful. They can only shoot like one or two missiles. But even a someone who's not a spellcaster is able to use it. So they're able to do that. Will probably be equipped with these um, magic missile launchers, and they come with these little mana gems that you put in. And once it's done, it's once you've cast the spells from it, the little crystal will shatter. But you can put in another one if you have more. So we could probably take down a pretty good number of enemies with something like that. Yeah, basically, you hear this rumor about they've developed some kind of magic missile
Yeah,
rifle kind of thing that he's describing
yeah.
that you can
And
load with mana
it's
gems.
it's it's non-magical as far as a non-magical person like a you don't need to be a wizard to run it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, but it sounds like from what the guy says, it doesn't sound like it's gotten along that far yet. So
Yeah. In
you don't
development.
see any of them. You don't see anything like that in this place. Everyone's still
Okay.
carrying spears and swords.
Is there anything interesting in the wagon?
Uh, you don't really. You just find there's some valuable spices and like kinds of cloth and things like that.
While I'm out of everybody's vision, can I pick up something and see if it turns invisible if I put it in my under my cloak?
Sure.
That's
So
my experiment.
as you pick something up, it doesn't turn invisible, but putting it, concealing it under your invisible clothes, it does seem to be um you have a sense of what part of that you are invisible when you look at yourself,
Yeah.
and it has the same effect when you put it under your coat that you can't
Okay.
see it anymore. But as you pull it
Okay.
back out, it's still
Okay,
visible.
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Um, so are there any other doors leading out of this room?
There's a small door and next to the big door, and you assume that leads outside.
Okay.
You don't
Um,
see. It doesn't seem like there's any other rooms, but this room's quite big.
okay.
So most of the stock is in here, in boxes and stuff.
Okay.
And the wagons are in there as well, right?
Yeah, the wagons you saw are still there.
Okay. And I look around, but I don't see anything more interesting than just the sort of stuff they would sell.
No. Yeah, it looks like this store is pretty much all merchandise for the wealthy in Lake District. You don't see any weapons or anything, not even spears and swords or something like that.
Okay. Okay. Well, then I'm going to go and see if I can stealth back out. I'll listen at the door, see if I hear anything on the other side.
Okay. Sure. So, this time you do hear some talking and stuff in the. You're trying to go back where you came, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you hear customers talking. So it takes you a little while to get a good moment to go out, but you find a safe time, and you go out as the customers are starting to leave, and the clerk is going into the other room. So you're able to slip back in, and the customers are about to exit. You could follow them if you wanted.
Sure.
Okay. So you're able to exit the room, and you're outside again.
Okay. I'll go over there and tap Icy on the shoulder and startle her.
Ah! Okay, so you're still invisible for it. I think that took you about 30 minutes.
Okay.
So you still have a little bit more time on your spell. Do you wanna? I see you can cancel the spell now, or you guys can go do something else if you want. You there? I see.
Just, yeah, I'm just wondering, are we close to the Moonstone Mass?
Uh, not super close. You can get over there
I,
in maybe
I
10
think
minutes or so.
don't I think I'll be running out of time. That
Okay.
I'll be a little bit I don't want to get caught. So
Yeah, it'd probably take longer than 10 actually. Yeah, you're
yeah,
gonna be running out of the
be
spell by the
running out
time
of
you get
time
there.
before that. So you want to go back to where we were and unstealth me,
Sure.
um, and then we can decide what we want to do.
All right, so you guys hide, and she stops concentrating on the invisibility spell, and it ends. So you're back to being visible, and you guys
Cool.
walk back out.
And I tell her about the magic missile weapon that's being developed in Watergate.
Water deep.
Sounds like In water deep?
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote it down the wrong thing.
That's the same place where... That's the ACT headquarters, basically.
Right. So the ATC may be coming up with something in the way of a weapon that we need to know. Let people know about. Let's see.
Drop in on Harbeck and give him the information?
Well, as long as we have time, you want to go up to the is it the Moon Glow?
No, Moonstone Mask is the place where Linnea had been staying, and that you've heard Seraphim is.
Yeah. Let's go see if we can eavesdrop on there. Unless you want to try it as a mouse, I could try it in stealth mode. There's going to be people going in and out, hopefully.
If I'm inside your backpack and I make you invisible, I would be invisible too because I'd be inside your backpack as a mouse. Wouldn't I?
Yeah.
So, do you want to go we can do that?
Sure.
Okay. I'll change into a mouse and get in your backpack. And
okay, you have to do the spell if you're gonna do invisibility.
Yeah.
So you can't cast that while an animal. So you have to do that first and then turn into the mouse. I think it's fine for you to concentrate on a spell while you're an animal still. Okay. Not sure about that one, but I'm gonna let you do it.
Okay, so then I turn into a mouse. So, Rokas, you're gonna have to pick me up and put me in your backpack.
Okay. And I make sure you know before if there's any serious trouble, you can hop out of the backpack, turn into Icy, and throw some fireballs and give me a hand if I need it, if I happen to get caught.
Okay, cool. So you guys find some more trees to go transform yourselves in, and let's see. Let's have you do a stealth check for that to see how well you hide yourself to transform.
I got 22 this time.
And I got a total of 18.
Oh, do I get advantage still?
Stealth, yeah.
Boots, yeah.
Stealth advantage, yeah.
Just 22 is still the best.
Okay, nobody notices you, so you're able to do that. And then, what was your stealth just now?
22.
Okay, I'm gonna use that for your stealth going forward. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you see the front entrance is open for the Moonstone Mask. You're able to just go in invisibly.
Okay.
You see the workers. They look the same as usual. I don't know if I described it before, but they're all wearing like masquerade masks. Part of their, you assume it's part of their keeping everyone's identity secret.
Okay.
And so you're able to get into the main hall where you guys had lunch, and you see there's doors and stairs all around to different parts of the building.
Okay.
So down that hallway.
Okay. I'm gonna start on this floor and look around and listen at the doors.
Okay. So you go to some different doors. You hear people talking about mundane things. You hear people playing music in some of the rooms. You hear love making in some of the rooms. You notice people come in and out of one of the rooms with some food. Seems like some of the workers are taking dirty dishes out from room service. Uh, you hear in one room, you hear someone is pretending to be a bear and saying like "roar, I'm gonna get ya," and a girl is giggling. Ooh! um, so that's what you hear as you go around to the different rooms on the first floor.
Okay.
Let's have you guys do. You want to do a investigation check? Tell
Sure.
me what you're looking for specifically.
Looking for anything out of the ordinary, or um like um any evidence of disturbance, um just in general.
See if we can find Zarafin.
That's who we're looking for.
Okay,
We've
roll
heard him.
investigation.
I rolled a 14. I don't get anything extra. How about you, Icy?
Rolled a 4. I can't. Well, I'm in the backpack. I can't see much.
There you go. That
That's
explains
true.
it.
Yeah. She's investigating your backpack in the dark. um so yeah, Rokus, you said 14?
Yeah.
Okay. You're able to find you find some of the um workers, the maids basically. They're going up to a room and there you hear them mention Seraphim's name. So
Okay, so I want to follow that.
yeah, you follow them and they go to a another like section of the building that's like seems um kind of off on its own. There's fewer doors, so the rooms must be bigger. And
Okay.
you see two of them go into a large room, and the doors open for a bit. You can try to sneak in, or
Yeah,
you can just take a peek.
I'll take a peek and try to slip in at the same time.
Okay. Well, as you peek in, it seems there's a lot of women in this room, and you think you see someone lounging on a bed or something, but you can't see their whole body. Do you want to keep going in?
Yeah.
Okay. You go in, and the women close the door as you just get in there, just barely, and you see Zeraphim. He's naked, and he's laying on a like circular bed with pillows everywhere, and there's a bunch of naked women feeding him grapes, and he seems to be enjoying himself. um
Well,
they don't seem to be
let-
talking much about business or anything too interesting. It seems like some of the women ask him about his deeds, but he doesn't seem to like. He doesn't seem to be someone who talks that much. He usually just says, "Yes, that's that was a hard fought battle," or something like that. But he doesn't really talk about. He doesn't go
not
on to talk much more
not
than that.
bragging.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be bragging, but he treats everyone quite pretty politely and nicely. He's he's just enjoying himself. He does have some people playing music for him, and he's just lounging about basically.
Um,
So you stay in there for about 10 minutes to get that much information.
okay. I want to look around and see if there's any papers or anything. Any
Okay.
I'm looking around for papers and or mm, any objects that of interest.
Okay. You sneak about and you see he's got some of his stuff in a closet. You see he's got his sword up on a there's like a table, and he
Mhm.
pretty much just has his giant sword on there. So you get a good look at it. It's a eastern sword. It's like curved, and the backside of it's got like a serrated edge.
Mhm.
Some a strange kind of sword you haven't really seen before.
It's too giant to secret under my cloak, I take it.
Yeah, it's like bigger than it's like long. It's probably taller than you. it's a it's a kind of it's a great sword for a 7 foot tall person. So
Yeah. So, and is there any other articles like um bags and or wallety kinds of things or dispatch cases or anything like that?
um so yeah, you find he has some clothes. It seems that he's not a big fan of clothes. He likes to wear again some eastern looking wraps that he puts around his body. Doesn't wear western style clothes like pants and things.
Yeah.
Um, so you see some stuff that he's got that he's packed with him that's like that. Um, as far as orders or business related stuff, it seems that he has not brought anything like that with him here.
Okay.
And as you're listening to the conversation, the women will sometimes ask him questions about what he's doing or whatever and he just doesn't answer them.
Okay. So I guess I'll see if I can sneak then around back around and wait for an opportunity to try to slip out when
Okay.
somebody's coming in or out of the room.
Are you gonna investigate his naked body or anything?
Icy might want to do that.
She's like squeak squeak. Like be quiet in there.
Yeah. Do
Uh,
you see any tattoos?
Nope, no tattoos.
Okay.
But yeah.
anything
I'm
about
curious actually, just as the DM, what's your impression of him, like from what I told you?
just that he's not evil or anything. He's just a big guy. I haven't really come up with any opinion of him yet.
All right.
He's a bit
If
of
I
a
had
pleasure
if I had
seeker.
it, if I had itching powder, I would have put it in his underclothes.
Play a prank on him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is your last chance to play any pranks. Are you gonna do anything before you go?
Should we? I can't think of anything really good. We could. I didn't prepare for it. I would have had something good to do.
All right. Well,
We
you
could have.
didn't.
We could have painted skid marks on his underwear or something stupid just to
Okay.
annoy him.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
nothing too interesting that you find. He seems to be off when he seems that when he's off duty, he is off duty. He doesn't. He's not
Yeah.
concerning himself with the ATC while he's here.
Yeah.
No, this was an X-rated investigation.
Yeah. Okay. So, is that all you wanted to check? You can exit. Your stealth is fine. You're not going to be found on the way out.
Okay. I guess how much I got time? We've been through about half an hour.
Yeah.
I'd probably want to see if I can find any managers or any offices and just see if anybody is talking about anything that's interesting, or eavesdrop on the help and see if they're talking about anything like about schedules, or I just keeping my ears open while we're in there.
Okay. You see, you notice that they're true to their name of Moonstone Mask, that they keep everything quite secretive. It seems like generally they don't mention the names of the customers. Like when they're talking about Seraphim, they usually don't say Seraphim. They say like room 103 or something like that.
Okay.
So it's hard to even get a idea of like who's here and stuff. Um,
Would we be able to? We know the room number, so we could figure out what, when they talk about him, what that would be then.
they were just saying like, he's been here for a few days and he still hasn't gotten tired of all our services.
He's a
um
happy boy.
yeah. um you hear one of the maids say something like, that guy in room 7, he really likes to pretend he's a bear. It's real weird. And
Uh,
stuff like
but
that.
okay. Um, I-
And
it,
actually, when the one person says that, the other one says, you shouldn't talk about that kind of thing in the hallway." And she said, "Oh, sorry."
I'd like to go see if, just for the heck of it, see if we can get a look at the bear, the guy that's playing a bear.
Okay. You stand there for a bit, and no one's coming in or out, so you're getting closer to the end of your spell. So
Okay.
I think at that point you start
Well,
getting nervous.
yeah. We'll wander back outside then.
Okay. Okay, cool. So you've explored this place. You've kind of confirmed what you had thought originally, I believe. Any other
Yeah.
things you want to say that you're thinking about this place?
Mm,
But Zephyr is in room 103. Maybe we could write a letter saying we're interested in purchasing his service. What do you think of that? Like
what
after we become visible again,
what do we want to do?
we would say we wanted to meet with Seraphim to discuss um, him helping us. Um,
Well, he's working for the ATC, so I don't think he's going to be.
oh, you don't think he's a free agent?
Mm, well, let's go to the Torlay first, and then maybe we could do that. Or I could do some more eavesdropping, and maybe we can learn enough to know what we're looking for.
Does knowledge have any information about that?
Could check and see, but let's let's get with Harbeck and get a early evening so we can be out early enough to get to Torlay tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And I don't want to start trying to do something like contact Therapin without Harbeck being in on it, and us all having the same goal.
No, because it sounds like Seraphim helped the ATC rid them of the red Red Brand or whatever.
Not the Red Brand. They were necromancers.
The Red
Necromancers.
Wizards of Thay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you have heard.
So
Yeah.
he was working for ACT, but I'm not sure if he knew that they had nefarious dealings. Maybe he wouldn't be so keen to help them
Well,
because he's a bit of a hero. But let's
Yeah.
go meet with Harbeck.
Okay, and if we come back from Torley with some actual proof, then we'll have something to talk to him about. Right now, we
Okay.
don't have enough information. I don't think we have enough information yet to persuade him off of the ATC if he's been working for him.
Yeah, he was being very polite and
Yeah, your idea that he's a hired gun and he might be an okay guy is fine, and
and he may
yeah,
he may not know that the people he's working for are nefarious, have also
Yeah.
nefarious dealings.
sure, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Okay, let's find a place to turn back visible and
Okay.
into people again.
Okay.
All right, you had that conversation, so you've already done that before you had the conversation, but that's fine.
Yeah.
So you're back to normal. Did you say you wanted to go to the Driftwood Tavern or wait for tomorrow?
Yeah, let's go to the Driftwood, and then
Okay,
we'll,
just you do know that they I think you went there last time you went there. You were wearing your fine clothes, and
We got our fine
Yeah.
clothes in our backpack. Can we change?
I don't think you can't really like fold them up and squish them in your backpack. So I think you would have left them in your room.
we can always. Why don't we just ask to send a message to Lord Harbeck telling him that his companions.
Meet us at the Bard's Tale for a beer.
Or he can just tell him that we're there and we just want to have a word with him.
Okay, if you go outside, you can try that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get over to the Driftwood, and the doorman is like looking at you like, are you lost or?
No, we work for Lord Harbeck. We just would like to
I see.
get a message delivered to him.
Okay, yes, we can do that.
Okay. And the message says that Icy
we're outside.
And Crocus are there outside.
All right, Harvick, you're in your room. Harold has left, and you get someone knock on the door and says, there is a commoner, elf and human, named by the name of Rokus, and I see you.
Oh God.
Yes. Do you want me to send them away, or?
What time of day is it?
It's I think you probably had let's say you had your dinner, an early-ish dinner, but it's maybe 7 o'clock or something.
Okay. How soon okay, we want an early shit. Okay, I'll walk out and I'll meet them at the doorway.
Oh, okay. So he leads you there, and you see Icy and Rokus wearing their normal clothes outside.
Okay, what do you guys want?
Just to fill you in on what we found today. I tell them about the weapons out of
All right,
Waterdeep.
hold on. So you're kind of just standing in the street. Are you gonna tell him? Are you sure you want to tell him?
We're gonna pull him aside. Say.
All right, so Harvick, you're gonna exit the building and.
We go up to Harbeck's room where it's private.
Let's see. No way.
They won't let us in, so we'll just bring him.
And I don't blame him. What about the beach? Well, the Beach Levington is right next to that. Could we go over there?
Yeah, there's the Beached Leviathan, which is a rowdy place. You could go
we'll go over there and sit down and.
All right, it's quite rowdy as you head over that in that direction?
We don't have to go in. We can just talk. I only need a minute to tell him what we're
Okay.
doing.
All
All
right.
right. We'll go in between. We'll go toward there, but you can tell us while we're walking toward it, so we don't look
Yeah.
suspicious or anything.
Yeah. I
Okay.
was gonna
So
say,
it's people walking by aren't probably not gonna overhear you because it's quite noisy. So you
Right.
guys can get close to each other.
I'm looking around to see if anybody is trying to pay attention to.
Yeah. You just
Um,
hear people inside singing, "Shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, early in the morning." So it's quite noisy.
and a tankard comes crashing out.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyhow, we saw where Theraphin hangs out, but I didn't really learn anything. Um, the we heard talk from the ATC about the development of the weapons in Waterdeep, um, and the half elf we wanted information from is the ranger is off on, and we don't know when they're coming back. So we did stop by the stables, and the axe peak will be early. Will be ready for us to leave 2 hours before dawn, so that we can get to Torley before dark tomorrow. So I just wanted to make sure you get a wake up call so you can be meet us there at the stable so we can leave first thing, a little before morning. And then if we go right now and get an early night so we can all be rested and ready to roll.
Okay. Sounds good. Now Seraphin has been brought up basically by the company, but I do think he considers himself a hero. So we're going to have some serious proof if we're going to try to get him. But we probably should, because fighting him is going to be not fun.
No, he's going to be a tough character.
So I would say we should be keeping our eyes open, and we'll have to do something
Yeah,
pretty drastic to get him over on the other side. 'Cause
sure,
right
rude.
now oh, I
And if
wouldn't
it,
I wouldn't I wouldn't just go up and ask him, does he want to turncoat onto the guys he's been with for most of his life.
the other thing, if it comes to us needing to deal with him, I have an idea on how to do it, but we'll
Okay.
get to that later.
Hopefully we don't have to.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we'll part company here, and I'll go back to the Driftwood Tavern.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
And we'll meet at the
And
stables at 2 hours before dawn.
Okay. And I will. I'd like to go to the tavern keeper,
For the
the
Driftwood Tavern.
Tavern.
Okay.
Yep. And I tell him I'm going to be gone for a few days. Keep my room.
Okay.
And there's probably going to be a messenger coming in a few days, looking for me. If it is, take. He'll give you the message. You take it and save it for me.
He says that would be fine. He says that to hold the room, they will still have to continue charging you for the room.
Of course.
Yes, just to make sure you're clear on that.
That we're clear.
They'll
We're
put
clear
it on your
that.
tab.
Right.
Okay.
And I would also like provisions for, let's say. Wait, let me look and see how many provisions I have right now on there. So I have to go
I
over
think you
equipment.
probably are okay,
immigration.
actually.
That's what I want to look at.
I feel like you guys stocked up.
I've got 7 rations right now. So yeah, that should be enough. Never mind.
Okay.
That should be enough rations.
All right.
Okay, and make sure I'm not disturbed. I need to take a long sleep.
Okay. So they agree, and they say they'll do that for you. And the night passes. Anybody else want to do anything?
One possibility, I don't know if you want this or not, but the messenger that I sent should be reaching the mines about now. So we could, if you want to
Yeah, we
talk
don't
about
really need to deal with that until you get the response, I think.
Okay, that's in that case, I think we're set.
Okay, so this will start day 39. You guys wake up early in the morning and head
I'll
over
have
to the stables. You guys eat at your
I'll have
places.
breakfast at the Driftwood Tavern. Yeah.
Yeah. You're able to eat at your places of rest. So you head over to the Black Duster stables, and Rokus is able to mount up on his axe beak, and you guys head over to the gate to exit Neverwinter. And
Turned into a horse.
yeah, so are you gonna do that out in front of everyone, or are you trying to
Maybe
keep it a
once we're
secret,
outside the
or what?
gate. Once we're outside the gates.
Okay, you
In
go
secret.
outside. Um, there are people on the roads.
We'll just go off.
Yeah, I mean it's up to you if you want to like hide it or not.
Might as well.
Okay.
You do it in the stable then, if you're going to do it that way. Seeing a horse, leading a
But
horse out of the stable would be totally normal.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be a horse from the stable.
Okay, we can have you guys do that. So Rogar sees you guys exit with a horse that he's not familiar with, and goes over and says, what's? Did you bring this horse here?"
Yeah. Sorry, we just picked it. We just picked her up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never seen this horse before.
Oh well, she may be back later. We borrowed her.
Oh, okay. So he doesn't quiz you too much, but he did notice that. He was confused.
Yeah.
But he you guys tell him you're there to get the X peak, so he doesn't think too much about it.
Yeah.
And you're able to exit. So who's riding what? And
I'm riding the axe beak.
Okay, Rokus is on the X beak. Harvick, you're gonna ride on the horse ICU.
Yes.
And Pookie's running along.
No, Pookie should run about 20 yards ahead of us.
Okay.
And be looking out for any danger or ambush or anything like that.
Okay, cool. And you're going up the road.
Yep.
Okay, so this eastern gate, the road starts off as a dirt road, but it actually converges with the high road as it goes north. So you get onto it's actually paved most of the way. And okay, let's have you guys do some rolls here.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody roll perception, including the dog with advantage.
Okay.
Do I get advantage or just regular?
For perception, no.
Okay.
I got 14 plus 4. I got a total of 18.
I have 16 total.
I have 4 total. And the dog, let's see now, that's wisdom?
Yeah.
So the dog rolls 13 plus 1, 14.
What was the highest one? 18?
That was me, the horse.
Yeah.
It's funny. Actually, was that plus your perception?
Yeah, the total.
Does the horse?
4.
I think the horse gets its own perception though. Actually, so you get a plus 0 while you're a horse.
Okay, then I just had a total of 14.
Yeah.
That's what Pookie had too.
I have a 16.
All right. So you guys don't really notice anything on the way up. Um, you pass by some farmers. Um, but pretty soon you go for a long stretch without seeing anyone, and you ride for the whole day until uh, night, and you're able to get um, let's see, you're able to get all the way up the road and into the forest before it's totally dark, and you
Now, before we got to the forest,
yeah.
did we see any farmhouses or anything like that?
As you got further away from Neverwinter, there you didn't see any farmhouses for the last few hours.
Okay.
Do you want to stop and make a camp?
Yeah. So like basically you get a ways into the forest. If you wanna do your full day of travel, you'll be like a couple hours away from Torley in the forest.
Do you want to stop a little bit early and set up a place where we have, you know, our best
Yeah.
opportunity to have a nice rest?
Well, I'm looking at the map, and if we were going straight from the road toward Torley, it looks like just before you get to the woods, there's looks like a hill. Right
Okay.
on the top of that might be a good place to go.
Okay.
Okay, if you do that, then if you're gonna stop outside, you're gonna have to travel um a lot longer tomorrow. So that's like, let's see, 5, 10. It's around 10 miles travel to
Okay.
from there to Torley
If we get
from
up
that
early,
hill.
we'd still be getting there at late morning.
Yeah, we'll have most of the day.
So yeah, if you want to camp on that hill, then you can expect to reach Torley in the afternoon instead of the morning.
It's only 10 miles.
Yeah, it's through the forest, I guess.
Well, you oh well, it's also, yeah, it's through the forest. I was actually thinking of the walking speed though, actually. So yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it'd be late morning.
Yeah, that's what. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna ride.
Okay, so you want to do that?
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds
Now,
good to me.
will the axe beak need to be tied up?
You're not sure what exactly you need to do with the axe beak. What do you think you should do?
I would make a what I would call a picket line, where you take a rope and um, have it um, so that the axe beak's attached to the rope, so he can move around quite a bit, but he can't really go anywhere.
So the rope is
The,
attached
the
to
rope
what?
is the rope is secured to anything on each end, and then the rope to
Oh,
the
okay, I know what you're
axe,
saying. It's like a loop
axe
on it.
yeah, so he
Okay.
can go up and down the length of the rope. So he can wander around, but he can't go anywhere.
Okay. Um, do an investigation check, or I guess perception would work. Actually, you know what?
Okay.
Do a survival check. That'll be
A
better.
survival check.
Yeah.
Okay, survival.
Should everybody or just
Just
Rokas?
Rugus.
Survival is +6, so that would be 19 total.
Okay, cool. You find like a tree and a rock formation that you can tie this rope between.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's a little bit down the hill, but
Okay.
you can see it there from the top of the hill.
Okay.
You cool with that?
Sure.
All right. So yeah, you're able to tie him up there. Anything else you want to do with the bird?
Feed him.
We should feed him, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You
Feed him and talk
Does
to him.
does he seem nervous?
uh Ruckus can do an animal handling check. See
Animal
how I
handling check is +3. That would be 14.
All right. He does you kind of, you're dealing with him nicely and he seems relatively calm. He seems okay with being out here.
Okay. I'm going to do
So
my
feeding him, you're gonna use your own rations, I think, because you didn't buy
Yep.
special stuff for him.
Yeah, I forgot to do that.
But you have dried meat. He seems to like. You can take that.
Yeah.
So you have
Could
to.
you catch a rabbit?
Yeah, you can forage if you want.
Yeah, let me try foraging some.
Do another survival check. The bird is hungry.
Survival 20 total.
Okay, you see a rabbit running along. Pretty big fat rabbit.
I shoot him with my bow.
Okay, roll the hit.
I rolled a +7, no, +9, 22 to hit.
All right, you got him exactly where you wanted to hit him.
That axe beak's pretty noisy.
Yeah.
It's exciting to be getting fresh meat.
All right, and
Yeah.
what was your survival? It was pretty high, right? 20?
Yeah, survival was 20.
Yeah, you're able to get this rabbit skinned and you prepare it for the axe beak however you want. And it's able to enjoy the meat, and you guys have a little bit too.
Okay.
So use one ration and the rest.
One rabbit.
I think the rabbit's not like huge, so
Yeah.
I'll say like only two of you need to spend rations or something, basically. Okay. So it's nighttime. You go through the night. Everybody just roll a perception check here.
Okay.
I
As
wanted
far as Rich, Rokus does not sleep, and Pookie's there, so we have two that don't have to sleep. That can keep their eyes out for things.
That's true.
I'm going to tell Pookie to keep to go out a little bit and use his nose, and sort of like keep circling around.
Okay.
And keep the axe beak inside his perimeter while he's doing all his, so he can just continually move all night long.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
Perception. I had 11 plus 4. I have a total of 15.
Okay.
I'm only 9.
Okay.
I'm 12, and Pookie.
He has
Pookie
advantage for number
is 2.
Which one?
Pookie what?
Pookie was 2.
Oh,
Is that with
1
advantage?
plus 1.
You do have advantage for Pookie. Perception.
Plus 1, isn't
you
it?
can roll again if he has advantage.
Yeah, you roll twice with
he has
advantage.
advantage for perception.
Yeah, for smell.
Okay,
specifically.
well, I'll bet this one's better.
Probably.
Good chance.
His second one is a 20 plus 1, 21.
Okay.
Was it nat 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Nat
So
20's good.
A little better than 2.
Okay. So the night goes off without any interruptions. The
Except for this yelling axe beam.
Yeah, the
And that
Pookie tells you that he smells uh some owlbear scent around,
Oh, joy.
and he smells some other animals he's not familiar with, but says he thinks it's some kind of big predator. He thinks maybe it flies because it seems to be in one area, and then he didn't smell the scent anywhere else. But nothing bothers you.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay, so
changed back into a horse.
Is it morning?
Yeah, in the morning you wake up and yeah, you guys were safe,
Yeah,
and
'cause that's Pookie's
everybody
reporting to
reports
us
to
in the
each
morning.
other. Nothing happened. Pookie smelled some predators, but
Right?
didn't get attacked or anything.
okay. So send Pookie out ahead, and we'll go on our way to the
Early.
the town there, Torley, I guess.
See if we
Torley.
can get
Let's
Torley.
have Icy and Rokus do survival checks to help lead everyone through. Um, she is a horse. I don't know if it's she might not she might not be much use as a horse for this kind of thing. Let me see.
Yeah, I only have 9.
As I see, I have a total of 12.
Yeah, the riding horse gets what is
I rolled an 8.
yeah. So I'm gonna that's just your perception basically then. I don't think it makes sense for him to you can't do much tracking or whatever as a horse. So you're actually
I have a
kind
good
of
sense of smell.
depending on Rokus to lead you through pretty much.
Okay. I roll
Rokus, what was yours?
9 total.
All right.
That's where we're going to end the game.
Yeah, pretty much. It takes you because Rokus didn't roll very well. You do end up getting there in the afternoon after all.
Or around noon.
Yeah, about we'll say at noon.
Okay.
But as you come into the area after getting lost a couple times, um, you find a little bridge that leads you into kind of a clearing, and
This is
you see a really large tree that's decorated, and that clues you in, along with these
Torley
buildings, that
tree.
you're at the right place.
okay.
The Torley tree.
Here is a little map. Okay, and we'll stop there for today.
Okay.
So you're basically at that little bridge. So I'll describe it from there. At the bridge, you see the creek on the map is not as full of water as it is in the picture. It's just a trickle of water going down this creek. There's a wooden bridge over it, and across from there you can see some like triangular shaped houses. They're kind of like shaped like tents. The top of it just goes right down to it's basically like a roof that goes all the way down to the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, and the tree is like towering over everything else.
Are there walls, or are those just roofs?
They're A-frame houses, right?
I guess that's yeah. It's like a A shape. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's like an A-frame, but do the sides have walls, or is it just like poles?
Well, the roof goes
Straight
all the way down
roof.
to the dirt.
Yeah,
Okay.
those are A-frames.
Yeah, but the open, okay, that's for the long side. For the short side,
Okay. Yeah, the short side does
are
have
the,
walls. Yeah.
okay, so they have walls and door, and so there's a door on each one.
Yeah, they have windows and doors. The
Okay, and the door's on the short side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the doors are
The,
facing into the center courtyard kind of area.
okay, okay.
They don't have doors in the roof.
Yeah, they don't have
Well,
doors in the
yeah,
roof.
well, they could have had doors on the long side.
Um, and the tree from there you can see it's got like ropes tied around it, around the trunk. They're all the way around this huge tree trunk, and hanging off of it seems to be a bunch of colorful ornaments and things.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, and you can see there's a kind of a platform in front of the tree.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of you can't tell exactly what's there, but there's a bunch of stuff on that platform.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's about all you can see from there, and we'll get into the village more next time.
Sounds good.
Very
Okay.
good.
Thank you, Ian.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
Good job, Ian.
All right, see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, bye.